It's Monday! And I'm having a very hard time being excited about this Monday. How are you, Udrash? Are you excited about Monday?
I honestly was, because it
Okay.
was a lovely sunny day, and I had stuff to play, like for reviews and for my personal enjoyment, because I am a fan of the franchise.
Okay.
And stuff happened, certain glitchy stuff. That's PC gaming for you. Yes, I am playing XCOM 2. Ran into some issues. Wrote about that on Action Trip. I was at the same time talking to Vince because he's playing it as well. Blake is playing it as well. So, like, everybody has like kind of a different experience. A lot of users are complaining about all sorts of things. So, that was the beginning of my Monday. I don't know. How are things on your end?
Well, aside from the webcam difficulties I had earlier, um, it's a Monday. It was a dead news day, and then the trailers just kind of poured in, and I was kind of like, okay, well, whatever. And then I started working on my own games for review because nothing else was coming up. But in case you can't tell, this is yet another edition of the Action Trippin Ballscast. This is Ballscast number 19. Do I have that numbering correct? I do. I can't believe I actually did something right today. So yes, it is number 19. And so I am Carrie Honey, and this is Urosh Pavlovich.
Hello.
Yeah. And we are here on this wonderful Monday. It is cold here. It's like stupid cold. Like, we've had the most mild winter ever, and then today is just like so cold. Like, I don't want to go outside at all. It's cold. It's actually.
What, are you kidding? It's cold? Because when you guys were like all la 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 and summery and warmish, everybody else was freezing cold. So now it's pretty warm outside, and
yes,
you're like cold.
Yes, it's cold. Yeah, it is weird. Like but that's winter here for you. I mean. Because last weekend was the Too Cold to Hold half marathon that I did, and the temperature was 72 degrees Fahrenheit, which I can't do the math in Celsius right in my head, but that's like a nice warm spring day.
Yeah.
So it was hardly too cold or not too cold to hold. And then 2 days later, dropped down to 30. So, that is winter
for you. That's like 22 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
But, that's very warm for winter.
For January, yes.
Like, not a typical January, like, at least not in this part of the world.
It's not typical
Texas is
here
weird,
either.
Man.
We are weird, but that's not typical for here either. Of course, we're supposed to have a mild winter because of the, this is weather talk, of the El Nino. That's, kind of, because this is the year of the El Nino, so it's supposed to be kind of a mild winter. But that doesn't mean, like, maybe in March it'll just be like, oh, did you think you were going to get, away with no snow? Gotcha, bitches.
But does that, like, happen in Texas? That all of a sudden in March, or just winter won't go away? Because it happens every year here, like in Serbia.
It's way every once in a while.
They call that month Grandma March for some reason. It's Grandma March, like she's. I don't know why it's Grandma, but
why not?
She's here to stay, and it's freaking cold, and the winter is not going away. So she usually just like stretches the winter. Maybe I don't know. I don't know who came up with that, but it gets very cold, but it's really not. It's like springtime right now. Shall we talk about games now?
I guess that is kind of why we are here. But so my big talk this week is Big Doom news came out last week, including that we actually have a release date now, and we got multiplayer game footage, we got single player gameplay footage, we got to watch Conan get scared.
What was the release date then?
It's May 16th, May 13th.
Yeah, so May.
So, and along with that, they released the box art. Now, and then the internet consequently lost its shit over the box art. And there was some funny articles that came out, like Kotaku posted this article about how that the box art, you can use it for any any game. And it was kind of funny because they used it for Halo. I was like, okay, that's kind of fitting. They used it for Black Ops 3. I was like, that's fitting. And then they used it for Cooking Mama, which was a little bit of a stretch. But I mean, the box art, if you haven't seen it, the box art is pretty much like this wall of flames with a armored space marine guy
but kind of
on the
a
cover.
Generic armored space marine.
I mean, yes. That complaint, yes, it is generic. Now, I agree that it's generic, but I'm not surprised because I guess I just don't think that game companies take box art that seriously. Let's look at BioShock Infinite, for example, with all the outcry that happened with that box art. So I guess for me, I was like, okay, life's too short to get this worked up over fucking box art. And then a friend of mine got in an argument with me. He's like, okay, well, I don't agree with what this editorial said. I know I'm not going to say where the editorial was. You can go find it. I don't care for this person, and I'm not going to give him more links. And he said, I don't agree with how he wrote it and how it came about. He said, but I think box art is very important because this kind of screams lazy. And the more I thought about it, so, it really is kind of generic looking. But
interestingly, I have some examples. Okay, so this is Destiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is Bloodborne. It almost looks identical.
Oh gosh, I never even noticed that before.
I just accidentally noticed it right before the video.
That's crazy.
That's way too similar, man. So I'm guessing they don't really care. At least these guys don't, or it's something.
I don't think video game companies care.
I mean, look at this, Jesus! Look at it. It's like everything's the same. Even the contrasts, the art, the
stance.
The stance, yeah.
I mean, what you almost need is the Bloodborne guy, his trench coat to be kind of blowing in the wind, and it'd be dead on.
Right. Okay. Then we have this thing.
Okay, which I do like.
This is it's epic.
I love the dragon in the middle of the rift. That's just awesome.
Right. And so it's promising an epic adventure. You're this guy, presumably
girl,
yeah, and I guess it's better than.
You can't romance Cullen as a guy, dude. Priorities.
Yes, it has long been my suppressed dream. And then, this is like your classic stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's very typical Call of Duty. Guy with a gun.
Yeah. But I would like to single out this as a personal favorite. Just a second here. Okay, so I like this. Sorry, this.
I do like the 3, how they do the Roman numeral 3, like the claw marks. I like that a lot.
Yeah. But this just, it's Blizzard and they have kind of a, pretty good sense of these things. I will argue that it is important when you consider these are physical copies, right?
Right.
It is important. I mean, when you look at these and the Dragon Age one I just showed you and compare it to the Doom one, there's a world of a difference. I mean, even Bloodborne and Destiny, those examples were okay, but they were just too similar. So it's they didn't make an effort to do something original. Clearly, some people just don't put that much thought into it. But I think it is kind of important because this is a brand. This is what this is about.
Yes.
It's a name. See, it's the third installment, and you know who this guy is. So
who's that?
That is
Diablo. That's how he says it. Diablo.
A Lord of Terror, and we all know who that is. That is iconic. I mean. But it's just I like the. It's almost like it kind of should tell a story on its own. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think it's important. It doesn't have to look like that original or that brilliant, but it has to give you a sense of what you're getting in the game.
Okay.
It has to have something that like defines the game. I mean, I like the Dragon Age one. I really do.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. You know, kind of what you're expecting. You're expecting an epic RPG, and you have these,
and when you start playing it, the box art becomes even cooler because you understand the significance of it.
Right, and when they were first showcasing the very first gameplay footage, people were like, I don't know, super excited because of this like flaming sword thing, and they clearly memorized it because a lot of positive feedback was given from that. It's just like a flaming sword. It's not the first time we've seen a flaming sword.
No, I had a flaming sword in Dragon Age Origins, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think I had I don't remember. I think I had some like frost damage or something, but yeah.
I think what I loved was if your armor was like earth damage armor and you walked around looking like you were just shedding rocks constantly. Your pebbles were just falling all over you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's weird. But an older game. This one looked like really cool. So what I'm saying is, it's just like it needs to have something that defines the game, that you immediately identify. Oh, I know what that is, right?
And I guess that I could see the validity of that. 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's like these are all what we've been like showing are really like powerful. I mean, well-known franchises, and that goes for Doom as well. You know, maybe that's why people got pissed. It is like this kind of iconic FPS franchise.
But I guess I don't know exactly what they could have done differently. But I'm not an artist. I don't know what they were willing to show, what they weren't willing to show, what it's really about. But I guess what I was going to say was 5 or 10 years ago, I see that box art was really, really important because people went to stores and bought stuff off of shelves. And that was usually how you determine what game you were going to buy was by, you should judge a book by a cover. Well, you saw an interesting game cover. I remember doing this for PC games. That's how I got into Baldur's Gate. I saw the box art and I picked up the box and turned around the back and read the back of it. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to take this home. And,
different times.
That I really understand, but I guess now today with the whole idea of digital becoming more important, I guess I'm not seeing as strong of a need. Now on the same token, the same flip side, my husband, I realized my husband had not seen the big 2.5 minute trailer for Captain America Civil War. So
I've seen it.
So of course I immediately pull it up and show it to him, and then I'm laughing because I found it on the Captain America Facebook page, and they had, because I don't know if you noticed on Facebook, they had the Friends Day, and they had this little video that they made for you. Did you notice that on Facebook? It's on Friends Day. It's hi Udrash, here are some of your friends, and it's has this guy putting down pictures, and it's of your friends. It's well, just some of them. This is what you did together, and
oh, you mean the kind of video thing?
Yes.
What? Yeah. I saw.
Yeah. Okay. So Captain America Facebook page made one of their own, and they're hi Captain, hi Steve, these are some of your friends, and it showed Tony Stark and Black Widow, and it's well, just a few of them, and then it had the little emoticon that winked. It's these are some of the things that you did together, and it showed some from Captain America the first movie, from Winter Soldier, from the Avengers, and said, and do you remember this moment? And it had him and Tony Stark looking at each other, and then a hand came down and ripped it in half and separated it, and it just said Civil War.
Wow.
Okay,
that's I like that.
Yeah,
that's an awesome thing.
So I'm laughing at that, and then I'm scrolling down through the Facebook page. I do have a point, I promise. And I get to the Facebook page, and they're showing some of the latest movie poster art for it, and there's this one where you just look into Captain's shield and you see the outline of Iron Man in it. And I was okay, that's really badass.
You look at his
all you're looking at is a shield. Yeah, the shield, the star, and you see in the reflection of the shield is Iron Man.
Get it.
Yeah. And so okay,
that's a cool visual.
Yeah, I was that's really cool. Yeah. And then it hit me right there. It's okay, box art maybe is important because in a way this is like our movie poster.
Right. So it is. When you think about it, these games do emerge from. That's how they begin. You know, somebody writes down a storyboard or whatever, and then somebody writes it down. Sorry, a script. Somebody draws a storyboard, and that's how it starts.
Right.
So all that stuff eventually ends up in the game from 2D art. That's how it comes to life. You know, so. If that bit is good, then you should share that bit. I mean, so I'm kind of understanding why people got cross a bit. I mean, it's not important to me personally. Like, I don't care that much about Doom. As like, I don't see why I would get upset about Doom in particular. But we're looking back at the older cover art for like Doom 3 or 2 or whatever. I mean, 2 is like ancient history. This was different times. You said it yourself. I mean, the older we look back, the further we look back, into the past, the art was just like, it was different. It was like possibly even overstating and exaggerating, because graphics weren't that good. So it was important to like really win, at least with the kind of a visual. Charm the characters were having. I don't know.
I wish I had my copy of Wolfenstein: The New Order. I loaned it to a friend, but if I had my copy, I could show you, because there's an old one that got a reboot, kind of like what's happening with Doom, but they still had it's still some nice box art.
Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, so in a way, yeah, I do agree that it is important. I just
it's not enough to get worked up over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the attention and outrage. But hey, maybe it is kind of a, I don't know, wake up call to the guys who are marketing it, making it. Just do a better job, guys. Come on, or something. I don't know. Because I'm just looking at it like right now, the Doom art, and the helmet from this Marine guy is really is reminiscent of Master Chief and Halo. It really is.
Or really just any generic Space Marine, if you think about it.
Yeah, and the font on the cover, like the Doom letters, are kind of simple, just like white. It looks a bit rushed. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's good, why people got pissed.
Well, maybe they'll do what Irrational Games ended up doing with BioShock Infinite. They let people vote for alternate covers, and they included that in the box.
Maybe. Could be. But on a more important note, I don't know if did you watch the trailer for the single player campaign?
Actually, I have not.
I don't know. I mean, because it's like first time we see tidbits from the campaign, and I was like, okay, there's a story here, and it kind of looks, I don't know. I'm not as excited about it as I was back in the day when Doom 3 was coming out. Let's just put it that way. I'd always keep it's id Software. I don't know. Is it like my mistake to expect something groundbreaking or revolutionary from these guys? And it just doesn't look it. It looks even like less impressive visually than Wolfenstein. What's it called?
Well, that's a different. Game. That was a different developer. That was Wolfenstein was.
I'm just
it was done by Machine Games.
I know, but yeah, it's a different studio now. But so, if at least they couldn't top that, I mean, as I recall, it was like it was pretty cool, good looking, right? The last Wolfenstein game.
Oh yeah.
And,
it was great.
So this was like, I'm not okay. It's about the gameplay, I guess, but it. I don't know if they are going for the classic Doom thing. It does look like it, just running around and mowing down baddies,
Hmm.
then it looks like it's gonna deliver that. But we'll see. We'll see.
I just
That's
want to
what.
know if my, God mode codes still work. If I hook up a keyboard to my Xbox One, can I just, type in the ID codes and get unlimited ammo in God mode?
Yeah, God mode. Oh my God, those were the days.
This is the only way to play Doom 2, man.
Okay, it was fun. That's actually when cheating in video games was kind of fun.
Well, yeah, especially when the developers gave you ways
Right.
into it, like SimCity, type in fund, and boom, instant money.
Go nuts with do whatever you want. But yeah, it's just amazing like how the internet reacts. Oh no! Oh, what you released like a trailer for the single player portion? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Let's talk about your crappy box art. You know,
Well,
and people don't get worked up about the game itself; they get worked up about a picture.
it was like people that were getting upset about the going away of instruction manuals, and they were saying like, well, they were claiming it's because of trying to cut down on paper costs. And like, well, that's probably part of it. But the other thing is that you don't need instruction manuals anymore because good games will teach you how to play.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Hmm. It depends. I don't know.
I mean, the old
I don't know
NES
because
days, the instruction manual was the only way to learn how to play. And the instruction manual was the only
yeah,
way you could ever get a backstory because those games just couldn't tell a
right,
proper story at the time. Well, we're in a totally different era where we have great
right.
storytelling mechanics, and they usually teach you, unless it's The Witcher 2, they'll teach you how to play.
Jesus, yeah. Just yeah, I got shivers just but just when I think about the my first like few hours into that game, how much I was like,
The,
frustrated.
the Witcher 2.
And mm,
The Penny Arcade comic, I think, just
yeah,
encapsulated it beautifully
right.
when I think Gabe said that he quit at the first fight, and Tycho's like, the first boss? He goes, no, the first fight, the one that's two
The
minutes
first fight,
in.
because the
And
first fight is you fighting like 40
yes,
fucking well-armed men,
yeah.
and
And
it's
and
and
Tycho,
you're
yeah,
yeah.
his
Okay,
response
go ahead.
was, well, all you have to do is use the mechanics that they don't teach you
That they don't teach you, right?
how
Right.
to use in this
That's
perfect order.
right. It is like just like overwhelming no matter like what difficulty you play on, and
Yeah.
it drags. The whole introduction is just it drags, and that was rather unnecessary. I mean, you had like in that one introduction sequence that lasts, I don't know, a few hours, like maybe a couple of hours, you have maybe two or three extremely difficult fights, which is not how you start your game. Well, they fixed that in The Witcher 3, I guess.
Yeah, because one thing I did notice with The Witcher 2 is like, have I gotten better at this game or are the fights easier as I'm going? And my friend's like, a little bit of both.
Probably, yeah, yeah. But returning to what you said earlier about it being a different era, I don't honestly remember. Like, I showed you like these couple of like
Hmm.
games that were like physical copies, and I don't. I mean, I mostly buy digital these days. So
I've gotten so lazy. I don't like taking discs out of my PS4.
yeah, I mean, when I want to play something on the PS4 and it asks for this, I was like, oh right, those exist, and I have to get up and put it into the PlayStation, which is not what I'm used to. I'm just used to like selecting an image and clicking.
Right.
And I was gonna say something
Well, it's
else.
just like, PC
It's just
gaming. You
like
just open up your Steam library and you just double click
right,
on a line.
right,
You don't even look at the art anymore. It's just like, oh yeah,
yeah,
there's my library, there's a game, double click, go.
right. It's different to walking into an actual store
Yeah.
and browsing. I don't know if there's probably something in between when the marketing team is. I'm assuming it's their decision or whatever.
And it also could be budgeting. Like they just don't have this crap ton of money to throw at a graphic designer.
No.
for some box art. I don't know. I'm not in
This
the
one's kind of cool though. I don't know if this is
just
the
the
box
alien
art.
phase.
Yeah. Actually, it's made up of it's impossible to see because of the crappy webcam resolution, but it's like made up of tiny, tiny human skulls. The alien head.
No, that's not
Yeah.
creepy.
Right. But it's it's when you think of XCOM, you immediately think of this guy, right? So that's also I don't know if maybe it's easier in this case or in cases like Diablo. We have like one iconic and recognizable character, if you know what I mean.
And it also may lie in the importance that a developer puts on some of the art. Because at PAX South last year, I actually went to a Dragon Age Inquisition. It was like an art panel, and they were
Yeah,
talking about how the art and the colors in every nation in every instance, how important that was and why they chose certain things. And it was honestly fascinating. See, like every
yeah,
nation, why they chose certain colors and why they did this and why they had these kind of banners and why they chose this. And so I think the art to them is more important. Maybe for, in the case of Call of Duty, the case of Doom, the art's not important. The photorealism may be important, but that's not the same thing as the art.
it's not definitely. I mean, when you look at it like art, it's something that came out of somebody's head. It's like pure imagination.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm just looking at like I opened this for Diablo 3. This is like pretty cool stuff when you have like uh, that's the demon hunter there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then it's mixed with pretty cool shots from the game itself, like here.
Right. And
And
again, art is very important to Blizzard,
yeah, yeah.
which, by the way, is 25 years old as of today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, time flies. We are getting old. Well, I am.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Um, it Yeah, as I said, it fascinates me how much people get worked up over these things and not about like they don't discuss the gameplay as much, and that's kind of the point. Um, so what else has been?
They're probably the same people that get worked up over the graphics of a game versus the story and gameplay.
Yeah, I know. As I said, I talked about the graphics like immediately when I watched the trailer, and I was like, okay, dude, just take it easy. It's different when you're playing a game. It's like, but even my instinct was, oh, this looks like shut up. It's not important graphics or not. Oh, we'll see. We'll see in May. Hoping that they won't delay it any further. I was just gonna mention. Oh yeah, like, do you wanna like um go over some of the games we've reviewed last week?
Yeah, what did we?
Real quick.
Man, what did we review
Well,
last
we
week?
had
It's been like a blur.
we've well, it's mostly okay. One of the games is last week, and the other one just like got posted today. We have The Witness, which was last week, and we have Unravel, which was today.
Ah, yes. We get puzzle games. Blake, here. Take these puzzles.
Look, yeah. Well, people obviously got like hugely excited about that thing.
Which one?
The Witness, The Witness, and everybody
Yes.
seems to compare it to like Myst.
Well, it's the same guy,
Primarily.
right? Didn't Jonathan Blow do Mist?
Look, like when I think of him, I don't know why. I just the first game that comes into my mind is what's it called, Braid.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even play it. Okay, but the Witness seems to like it's already has this huge fan base, and what it was like released in January. No, when was it released?
Yeah, January.
Like in the end of January.
The
Which is
26th, I
impressive.
think, yeah.
Which is impressive. I mean, what I'm trying to say, even if it does use like this kind of a model, like gameplay mechanic similar to Myst, any new like IP that succeeds is always encouraging to me. Like, for the industry, it's like kind of like okay, yay. It's
Yeah.
not a sequel. It's not a reboot. Somebody tried something new. So that at least, at the very least, makes me happy. As for Unravel, I could say the same thing, but it's uh, I don't know. What did we read about it today? So we were laughing about this guy who went on a rampage
He
about the character in
Yeah, he
Unravel,
he
just like this little
basically
cute guy.
went off. So basically, what I got from this 3 paragraph rant that ended very abruptly was that he doesn't like games that are childlike in appearance. And the thing is that he was going off about a game. He even said he won't play. I'm like, well, shut up, dude. Like, don't. To me, there's no room
Yeah,
to criticize something that you're not even going to play. If you played it and you hated it, okay, but at the same time, I'm also of the mind, if you don't like it, that's cool, bro. Cool story. Like, you don't need to, like, immediately start
mm,
talking about how it's fucking shit and why you're stupid for liking it, which is pretty much what he did.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can understand people arguing something about the gameplay or something that was, promoted as it's, gonna be there. It's all exciting stuff, blah blah blah, and then you're disappointed. I can
Right, no.
understand that,
Yeah,
but
he
like
he didn't play it. He said he said basically the game is a bunch of crap trying to hide behind an emotional heartstring tugging. I'm like, so what if it is? Like, this is something that this
mm,
guy wanted. You don't like that type of game? That's cool. That's fine.
yeah,
We don't like the same
but
things, but
indeed. Also, and it is cute. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
like the whole, setup of the
and
game,
maybe
the
that's another thing. He
appearance.
doesn't like cute, charming games, but all right, some people do.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's just, we're in the same territory of like people just,
Yeah. I don't
getting
like
me to
Moe, but I'm
upset.
not going to talk about it because I don't play it.
Exactly. We often skip the stuff we don't care about here in this vidcast, and we keep going on and on about the stuff we love. Mass Effect and
Because isn't that what
Star
games are all
Wars.
about? Love.
Yeah, indeed. Sticking to the things you love the most, and it is. It's being basically a hopeless fan of the game you love, or the games you love.
Hmm.
Uh, and to me, like that probably will never change. You will always love, deep down a specific kind of game.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, the genre will evolve to a point where we're gonna have more of these like kind of universal or games that have like a universal appeal.
Hmm.
Clearly, games like The Witness managed to pull that off, which is impressive. I mean, also it was an indie game, you know,
Hmm.
which is I mean, yeah, the guy has like established a name for himself and everything.
But it's not a AAA studio.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, that's like that's I'm really happy that we have stuff like that. Uh, I don't know if I want to talk about XCOM too much right now at this point.
Well, I mean, you got a review coming, so this is just what we've been
Yeah,
playing. You've been playing a crap ton of XCOM 2. I mean, I really can't talk about what I've been playing either because it's all for review. We're exciting
yeah.
people.
What I would like to like just get out of the way is that the review will be if prolonged because of all these like glitches that I've experienced. But I've been going like back and forth like with Vince all day about the stuff he noticed, the stuff I noticed, and then all of that, like coupled with the stuff I read on Steam and Reddit, where users have been listing, the problems they had. I was like, holy shit, okay. And then with that in mind, I approached the game once more, and I wanna see where it goes. I mean, like as I said, both Vince and I are playing it actively, and I'm just wondering, I mean, I don't want to like say anything yet, but I will say this, that it just might be possible that it went out the door uh, too
Too
fast, too
fast?
early.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, which is surprising in a way because I think I've seen on Metacritic or somewhere that like the game already has over 50 reviews, mostly very, very high scores. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a smooth ride. Well, not so much. But yeah.
But again, like I think it's one of those things. Like what I've noticed with PC gaming is that I'm not bashing PC gaming, so everyone just chill for a second. Just what I've noticed with PC gaming, because everyone's machine is different. Like you got different software, different hardware in it. You might have run into this, problem that you and a certain percentage of people have. Whereas, Blake, he's like, well, I've had no problems whatsoever. It looks great on my machine, but because he's got different hardware and different software.
Yeah. Initially, I thought because I do have a kind of a mid-range, modest rig, a modest system, that it was that, and that I maybe needed to upgrade, or something. And then after reading what some of the users posted, those were like pretty good PCs because they post, their specs. So yeah, they do need to start releasing some fixes pretty soon. But otherwise, I am enjoying it in the sense that I was like immediately, hooked on the same thing I liked in the previous game, which is that same like turn-based mechanics that I enjoyed, and the tactical approach to each mission where you don't want to sacrifice any of your soldiers. And yet this time around it's even more difficult. They've really upped the difficulty. So I'm kind of trying to get a sense of this. Is this something people are liking right now? Or is it the kind of like, Bloodborne-ish, Dark Souls-ish difficulty and punishment where it's fun until you go insane? And as you always like to say, you rage quit at some point. So maybe some nerfing or optimization is required there, particularly when we're talking about something. I mean, for instance, I'll say this, like I ran into this sectoid unit, which is essentially an alien that's not your average alien enemy.
Mm-hmm.
He can mind control your troops. And I don't remember if this was the case in the previous game, but like here it seems like an overpowering unit that can mind control your soldiers, no matter how powerful they are, like from a really huge distance. And that happens very early on, like in the, I don't know, maybe the second or third mission already. That it's just there's some balancing required there as well. Otherwise, all the familiar elements are back. I am kind of, I'm still hooked on that franchise. I do like it, and I'm hoping that I'll manage to get through this by the end of the week at the latest. So what else? What have you been playing again?
Well, this weekend. Oh, yeah. This weekend Friday I got a review code for Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, and I was hoping, what was I hoping? Hoping it was to be better than Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, but I wasn't too hopeful on that because it's not like it's been a year like it was from India to China, so they don't have all this feedback to tweak some things and make some fixes. Some things have improved, some things have gotten worse. It's slightly better than India, and it's so slight.
Okay, I don't want to push you too much on that one.
No, because I'm going to be typing up my review as soon as we get done, hammering that out. Fingers going to be going mad on the keyboard as I vent out. It's a shame because I still love Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. But, you know.
Yeah, I remember you talking very positively about that game.
So, they can't all be winners. I mean, Assassin's Creed 3 says hi.
Oh my god. Don't just stop provoking.
Or Assassin's Creed Revelation says hi.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, I kind of liked Revelation.
Yeah, you're weird. Unity on PC says hi. Unity on PS4 was fantastic, but on PC apparently it was shite. So
on PC I think people were actually traumatized by that game.
They're still in therapy over it.
That was a seriously fucked up game. Not as fucked up as Batman Arkham Knight, which actually did not work at all, and had like serious like major performance issues and all that stuff. So
Worse, and then there was the, when was the Fallout New Vegas came out, and you had the heads that were rotating on axis and the floating eyeballs above the dogs, but everyone gave it a pass because everyone thought the game was so much fun. It's like my friend Ross, when he reviewed it, he said it's a buggy piece of shit, but it's such a fun buggy piece of shit.
Right. I mean, next time I like encounter such a game, I would definitely like spend a bit of time trying to like make a video of it or something, at least like because I did like encounter like really hilarious bugs, but mostly in these like open world games that are not, either the developers were short on time,
right,
or whatever happened. I mean, you noticed the one where like I crashed with the speeder in Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
That's like man, somebody didn't test that thing. It can be hilarious. And I did watch like footage of other people playing. There was some like so many silly moments. So at least that's fun.
There was my video that I posted on Mad Max, where a car was coming straight at me, and I was ready like to shoot it, and it disappeared. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, guess I'll go back.
It did not come back, I think.
It just it was driving straight at me and then disappeared. It's like, all right.
It just went away.
Cool story, bro. Guess I'll get back in my car and go.
You did not expect that. Yeah.
No.
Right. But yeah, I don't think. I think we can start wrapping this up. If you're.
Well, the other game I've been playing, I'm also going to write a review this week. No, it's okay. It's a little indie point-and-click adventure called Order of the Thorn King's Challenge, and it's kind of a callback to the old school King's Quest, and it goes back so far as to actually rendering the game in 32 bits. So it is like an old school King's Quest. I mean, it's very small. I completed the game in 4 hours, so it doesn't. It's okay. It's I think right now it's on sale for like $8, but it was adorable and it was fun. It was a nice little callback to King's Quest. So
I think we're kind of in the same territory like when we were talking about this last time. Are these open world games, these 100-hour gameplay, huge AAA products, as opposed to what you just said of having 4 hours of fun.
Yeah.
And going on, with your everyday life.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I mean, we've always been complaining about games being too short, and now we actually want them to be short because there's not enough hours or minutes or days in the world for enjoying everything. Or God forbid, sinking your teeth into your backlog, which just gets bigger and bigger. Like,
I think the key is to not do what we do for a living.
But even people who like don't
I'm just saying
for a living just don't have the time.
I'm just saying that's a key. It's just like because we do have to play almost everything. So maybe if you're not doing this, you don't feel that total need to play everything. But maybe some people do. I think it's probably lesser when you're not actually actively reviewing.
I don't know, because it's a very weird area, perhaps for and a different topic for another time. But I will say that if I wasn't doing this, my wish to play games would probably dwindle over the years. I would probably be into other things. But now that I know so much, I keep wanting to. I have at least 5 games that I'm looking forward to, or more. I'm guessing that would happen. It's kind of a natural thing, I guess. But because we're constantly, looking into news and reading what people think and expect, we have a bigger need to play games, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel. I don't know. I on Friday. I just tried to hook up with a bunch of friends to there was this content patch for Diablo, and you just wanted to play together for a few hours because that's all the time we had, just a couple of hours, and we did, and I kind of got that feeling of fun, just like of playing with friends. But they have their life and they have their jobs, and it's not always easy to connect and to
Mm-hmm.
organize for game time, unless you're like, I don't know, somebody who has like no you know like obligations aside from school or work or whatever. But it was fun. So what I'm saying is that kind of stuff I would probably do as well, like this social aspect of gaming, like multiplayer. But as for single player, that requires time, especially when you're playing like 200 hours in The Witcher. I don't know if I'll ever get back to that, or any of those like open world games. And it's kind of sad actually.
Yeah, because back when I did Dragon Age Origins, um, the first
Or
time. I
yeah,
mean,
or
that was back when I had another job. I was a paralegal. I was not reviewing games. I was a copy editor for a video game site because they find out I had a master's in technical writing. So no, they don't want me to write. They want me to edit. Like, okay, whatever. So I had a lot more time back then, and I put in 60, 70 hours into that way
so,
back then
but yeah, but how right? Yeah, I could see that.
because I
You
didn't
had
have
like
anything to
an
review.
Yeah, but you had like what an typical 8 hour workday, right? As well.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you would come back home and
Well, that was after my
it was
son
just like
was born, so I was stay-at-home mom.
yeah,
Um,
but playing games was a relaxing endeavor,
yes, it was something I did at night when he went to bed.
right? And now you need to like almost think about it constantly while you're playing, and oh my
Mm.
god, what is this? What's here? And what did they do here? And blah blah blah. So yeah,
I definitely can
it's
say I'd
different for us.
probably love games even more than I do if I wasn't reviewing them. I can say that.
You would probably enjoy them more um, um, because you would not approach it as a job. You would just be,
Well,
as I
it's
said, like
not just that; it's about also looking for every single nuance, like
yeah,
and
that's it.
trying out modes that maybe I would never try because I have to see if this works and how it works and what it does, and little things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, right. Just basically, you would stick to the stuff you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well. It's not that we don't like our jobs.
No, it's not. Obviously, if we didn't like them, we don't have to do them. you know?
Yeah, we do like playing games, and you know, I think this is going to be a pretty good year. I mean, well, so far, like a lot of games we've released for this time of year, that was like, I don't know, it was usually like pretty dead. We've
Yeah.
had like at least I don't know,
I
five or
mean, and
six
we still got like Street
releases.
Fighter
Yeah,
5 next
that's
week, and then Far Cry Primal the week after that, and then The Division the week after that, and then Dark Souls, that's in April.
Dark Souls
So
is in April, yes. And I don't know if we missed anything. Um,
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right
Hitman.
now.
Hitman is in March.
Okay, Hitman.
The new Hitman game is in
Yes.
March. Quantum Break is in April.
Right.
Yeah, there is gonna be a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, and then Uncharted 4.
Oh, that little old thing.
Right, that little old thing.
Oh, come on. Tiny Uncharted. Yep, it's gonna be. Ooh, that's all in April.
That
Wow.
is all in April. Well, Quantum Break, Dark Souls 3, Uncharted 4, and then Total War Warhammer, which I know a lot of people are very excited about. I just want Total War Warhammer 40K. That's all I want.
I mean, yeah, I know. I know you said that.
And
And then
Blake's
in
all
May,
excited because he's got MLB The Show in March. He buys that
oh,
every year.
okay. Um, But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, we have well, and May is looking pretty busy as well. So Battleborn, Doom, Homefront, Mirror's Edge.
Little
Yeah,
games. Little games.
yeah.
Whatever.
And then it's gonna be dead during the summer. Like,
Well, as always, that's backlog time, man.
well, yeah, you forgot the post E3 recovery period. It's supposedly like it's gonna be all this hypage about all the stuff that's gonna be released, and then nothing after that happens. Like, as you say, backlog time and hopefully vacation time.
Right.
So, want to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Okay, so we are done. We've just been playing stuff for review. We're exciting people. But we do ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see exactly how exciting we are with this vidcast, our gameplay videos, and any unboxing videos, and any random stuff that we will happily put in there. If you don't want to look at our lovely faces, you can always subscribe to us in iTunes or on SoundCloud. Just so you can listen to us during your wonderful workday. You can follow all of us on Twitter. The site is action_trip. I am Crunchy Chocobo, and Udrosh is Udre Vader. And of course, we do ask that you read actiontrip.com every day. Yay, golf clap.
Yay.
Okay, bye, jazz hands.